Food inflation was impossible to ignore in 2022, and for 2023, you can expect more of the same.
This morning with grocery prices, especially eggs.
As the cost of living has risen over the past few years, families' monthly budgets in the United States have shrunk. Food inflation is nearly impossible to avoid because there is only so much you can cut back on without jeopardizing your ability to satisfy your fundamental requirements. Whereas we can delay non-essential purchases or take the bus instead of driving. Food prices in the United States rose by 12.4% last year, the largest annual increase in price in 23 years, according to the data from Bureau of Labor Statistics. The cost of shopping increased by 13.5% during that time, while the cost of eating out increased by 8.6% as eateries passed the cost of living increase onto customers. But in some cases, is not a problem of money, but rather a problem of availability of these food items. It's easy to take a trip to the supermarket for granted, but there are 12 foods that may no longer be available by 2023.
Will there be a food crisis for 2023? We've talked about it for almost a year now, talking about food and how it's sparse and how there's some shortages coming, how the cost has gone up. And we still have naysayers saying, oh, it's just a few cents more. Eggs don't cost that much. But let's talk about the facts in this video of what could cause food crisis really to happen even more for 2023. If you didn't feel the crunch at the grocery store, or you didn't feel the crunch in your wallet for the amount of food that you're having to purchase and your dollar not going as far last year, 2022, then you were not paying attention because it was pretty bad. Now let's talk about 23. Food crisis, is it going to get worse or better?
Scenario. Food shortages will become worse than ever going into 2023. Everything from a choked supply chain to rising operational costs, and from back-breaking inflation to a nose-diving economy are at fault for what's to come. The crisis of everything. 2022 was a remarkable year for a lot of things, but the one event that shook the world was the Russian invasion of Ukraine. No one can tell what the humanitarian cost of the conflict would be, but the economic impact is already showing. As the whole world grapples with the supply chain issues, the American farms are also put in an unprecedented situation. While these farms are far away from the European battle lines, the impacts of disrupted supply lines are rippling through family farms in the Midwestern United States. A natural outcome of blocked Ukrainian ports was soaring food prices. The Ukrainian harvest has already dropped by more than 50%, a number that will drop a further 40%.
With regard to food shortage, yes, we did. So talk about food shortages, and it's going to be real.